How many people think the takers are the worst off? Okay, we have a few irrepressible optimists in the room. Thank you for that. Sadly, it's not true. How about the matchers? Okay, more of you. Now, I should say most people are matchers. So if you're voting for matchers, you're saying most people are at the bottom, which is statistically impossible. But it's an interesting guess. How many people think it's the givers? Those of you with your hands up would be right. In engineering, the engineers with the worst productivity and the most errors are those who are rated by their colleagues as doing far more favors than they receive in return. They're constantly helping their colleagues, and they end up running out of time and energy to get their own work done effectively. In medical school, in the first year in Belgium, the people with the worst grades are the ones who agree most strongly with statements like, "I love to help others." Implication, the best doctors are the ones who don't care at all about helping anyone. Maybe. Finally, in the study that Dana and I did of salespeople, if you look at annual revenue, the bottom-dwelling salespeople are the ones who strongly endorse statements like, "I really enjoy helping others. I try to contribute to others and make a difference as much as I can." And in a sales context, these salespeople were so interested in helping their customers that they couldn't possibly bring themselves to actually sell them a product or service. So this is, I think, really sad news for those of you who are givers. Givers dominate the bottom of the success spectrum. The other question then, of course, is to look at the top and ask, who's at the top? How many people think it's the takers? OK, we have a few honest people in the room. Good. How many people think it's the matchers now? All right, and how many of you didn't raise your hands? OK, I just wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to vote. Those of you who didn't raise your hands, perhaps it was because you already anticipated it's the givers again. That actually givers are not only overrepresented at the bottom, they're also overrepresented at the top. The engineers with the highest productivity and the highest work quality. The medical students with the best grades, not just in year 1, but 7 years of medical school. And the salespeople with the highest annual revenue are all the ones who go out of their way to help others and try to contribute more to other people than they receive in return, willing to help others without any strings attached. For me, that was a big surprise, and it raised 2 questions. Number 1, what do the givers at the top do that takers and matchers might want to learn? And then number 2, what differentiates the givers who sink to the bottom from those who rise to the top? I want to just try to shed a little bit of light on those 2 questions today. Are you ready? Yes. I'm going to take that as a definitive yes. Thank you. OK. So the place to start, I think, is with a Fortune magazine analysis. This was done in 2011. Fortune had a great idea. They said, now that we have social media, we can track people's connections in a way that we can never see before. And they got LinkedIn to agree to dump their entire database, at that time it was 90 million people, and compare it with all the Fortune lists of the most powerful people in the world. So they looked at the Fortune 500 CEOs, Fortune's top 50 women in business, Fortune's 40 hottest people in tech under 40, 640 powerful people in total, and wanted to know who on LinkedIn is connected to more of those powerful people than anyone else, as sort of a test of who has a great network. Now, just out of curiosity, how many people are on LinkedIn? OK, you were all in this analysis, although you didn't grant permission for it. And what Fortune found was the winning networker had over 3,000 LinkedIn connections, including all of these people, the founders of essentially every successful tech startup of the last 20 years. The winner also had the former chef of the Grateful Dead in his or her network. I don't know why you want that person in your network, but I thought it was a cool fact.